Facts First presents. After a guy went traveling with his girlfriend, he wrote her a message that'll leave you in tears. In 2015, Ashley Grigsby and Kyle James were living together in Denver, Colorado. They moved to Denver because they were tired of small-town living in their home in Asheville. The couple longed for a private life, and that was something that they couldn't have in a small town like where they grew up. Small-town living meant everybody knew everyone, and people were always in your business. Ashley and Kyle, they dreamed of big city living where people didn't know them. They were sure that they would have more privacy if they were to move to a big city. In big cities, people don't know one another, and most don't want to. For this couple, it was the perfect solution. Their need for privacy took them to Denver, Colorado. The population in Denver is around 716,500. It's more than enough people for the couple to live in private. They moved into a lovely apartment, and they were shocked when they discovered all the fun things they could do in the Denver area. Back home in Asheville, where the population's under 100,000, the couple's options were pretty limited. If they wanted to do something fun, they often had to go out of town. Now they were living in Denver, and they had a chance to do fun things without having to drive very far. After moving to Denver, the couple had to find jobs. When they got there, Ashley and Kyle began looking for jobs, and Denver is such a large city they had a lot of options. They both had dreams of making a difference in the world, and Kyle got a job as a fundraiser for a charitable organization. Being able to help the charity bring in the necessary funds was Kyle's definition of making a difference. He felt as if he were doing something worthwhile. Ashley had her teaching degree, and so she started looking for a teaching job. Like Kyle, she wanted to make a difference in the world, and she believed the best way to do that would be to teach young children. She thought molding their minds early on was the best way to help them succeed for the future. It didn't take her long to find a job as a kindergarten teacher. Both Kyle and Ashley loved their lives. They loved their careers, but Ashley wanted more. Ashley had always been an adventurous person. Living in Asheville, she never had a chance to set out on any grand adventures. Moving to Denver was the first real adventure of her life, and she was loving it so far. She loved the exhilaration and the excitement that went along with being in a new place. After she and Kyle had settled down there for a while, Ashley became restless. She realized that after a while it was no longer a new city. There was only just so much that she could explore, and after a while she grew bored. She often talked with Kyle about her dreams of setting out and seeing the world. The couple talked about it quite often, in fact, and they planned what they would do if they ever had a chance to travel. They spoke of backpacking, staying in hostels, seeing the sights that they'd only be able to see on television and in books. Soon, talking about setting off on the journey of a lifetime became all they talked about. One night when the couple was having dinner and talking about their dreams of traveling, something dawned on them. Both Ashley and Kyle, they wanted to have a family. And they realized that when they started a family, traveling would no longer be an option. When they had their first child, they would be stuck at home. Traveling with a baby was not something that they wanted to do. They couldn't travel when their children got older either because their kids would be in school. If Ashley and Kyle waited until their children went off to college to start traveling, they probably wouldn't have the energy or the stamina to take a trip that they really wanted to take. It was that night they decided to set off on their adventure. Finally, the couple left behind their lives and their jobs to set out on the adventure. They started in New York and then went to Paris. They visited 38 cities in 15 different countries. The whole trip took 114 days. The trip gave the couple an overall new perspective on life and everything that they saw. When Kyle and Ashley finally returned home, they returned to normal lives. When Kyle got home, his trip was so exciting it inspired him to write a book about their travels. It was called Not Afraid of the Fall. He used the photos that he and Ashley took along the way. Before he brought the book to his publisher, he wrote the dedication to it. Kyle dedicated the book to his bride, Ashley. In the dedication he wrote, "Every cliff I jump off, every moped I crash, every morning after a night of food poisoning, every Mediterranean sunset, I want you by my side. I never want to stop exploring with you, Ash. Will you marry me?" It was a beautiful message and a beautiful proposal. The couple were engaged immediately. Subscribe for more.